What's up, everyone? So I just finished a workout. I train anywhere between 3 to 4 times a week. That's resistance training. It's always good to push yourself hard. If you train yourself physically hard, you tend to train your mental game as well. It's always good to push yourself, test your limits, and you'll tend to respect yourself a little bit more if you do train hard. This is a workout that I do in general. Let me know if you'd like to see a little bit more of this. I feel that some of my clients always ask me on how do I push myself, and I always try to apply this concept of progressive overload while also being very, very mindful of how I'm feeling that day. So if the day is feeling like on the day of me feeling a little bit tired, I try not to go a little bit too hard. On a day that I feel a little bit rested, I go very hard. So today's the day where I kind of felt like in between. So I did feel a lot better once I got my gears rolling, but today's not a day that I push super duper hard. Always try to pay attention to how you feel. That's a major key, learning intuition with working out. Be good to yourself, be kind to yourself. I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the video.
What's up, guys? Thanks for sticking around. So I'm going to do a voiceover so you can understand the process of how I like to plan my workout. It is very systematic, and I'll do it for myself and I'll do it for clients as well. Every workout begins with some sort of myofascial release. I grab a foam roller. I like to make sure that I iron out the fascial plane on the posterior side, the behind of your body. Very important that you do so, especially if you live in the developed world. If you're sitting down most of the day and you're kind of hunched over like a prawn, it's good to bring your body into extension, like what I'm doing over here. Get that upper back, the lower back, the hamstrings, and also the neck. Try to pay attention to how your body feels, make adjustments on the fly, and kind of take this as like a warm-up to meditate and prime your brain. Incredibly important, so that you kind of know whether or not you need to put the foot on the gas pedal or take it off. First movement is going to be a hanging leg raise. I like to focus on the lower ab and my breath work, grabbing really wide to make sure that my rotator cuff is involved. And then on to the first exercise. First exercise is going to be a barbell Romanian deadlift. It is Romanian because the plates never touch the floor. I don't know how they coined this this name, but it's called a Romanian barbell deadlift. And I like to make sure that my shoulder blades are involved, so I squeeze them down and back, making sure that my hips are going back, not down, and pressing firmly into the floor. Next we have is a reverse grip lat pull down, really making sure that I open up the lats, that's the back muscle, really protracting, that's that shoulder blade, protracting the shoulder blade, pushing the back out at the top for a deep stretch, and then ripping down with a little bit of a back lean, squeezing, and then controlling on the return. Very important if you want to build a good back and strong posterior chain. Next we have is a lying hamstring curl. I probably should have set the pad a little bit lower so I can get a deep stretch, because as you can see, I'm kind of resting the weight at the end motion. You always want to hold that end range in that deep stretch. That's a very important place to hold the weight, because that's where a lot of hypertrophy and gains come from. So for me, I probably should have set that pad a little bit lower. Anyway, I did the lower hamstring curl. Next, I did a seated cable row with a palms upwards. That's a supinated grip. Making sure that I am keeping a flat back the entire movement. The spine never rounds. And I'm pulling with the elbows, making sure that I keep the elbows low and I keep the bar low. Making sure that I also have a very firm base where my feet is at. A very good movement for someone to build thickness in their back, and also a strong spinal erectors just to help you with your posture. So traps, lats, and also learning how to stabilize your pelvis. Good exercise for that one. Next, we have a very standard barbell bicep curl, making sure that you control the negative, squeezing the shoulder blades down and back. And if you can notice my elbows, I'm trying to keep the elbows in front of the shoulder joint the entire time. That is making sure that I have a deep stretch at the bottom and making sure that I control the negative on the way down. As you come down, try to flex your triceps. As you flex your triceps, your biceps get a deep stretch. I didn't do a lot of sets for all of my exercise. I think I only did 2 sets for most of them. For legs, I did 3. Again, I'm not feeling 100%, but I got the workout in, and that's most important. I tried to stay anywhere between 12 to 15 reps, and I pushed myself accordingly. It's always good to learn some sort of intuition with your workouts. This will help you stay away from injury. At the end of it, I always like to cool down a little bit. So you kind of bring your muscles into a very shortened state. That's why you kind of look all swole after a workout. It's kind of good to lengthen the muscles and making sure that your joints are sitting right, and making sure that your muscles are lengthened back to its resting state after the workout. Very important. For me, I like to make sure that my forearms are nice and loose. So I supinate and then I pronate, making sure that the forearms are very, very properly stretched. After I do that, I try to make sure that I get my spine and shoulder blades and hips involved. Again, trying to lengthen out as much as possible. Here I am just doing a downward facing dog, getting a wide stance. Same, a wide stance. You really don't have to go narrow. And I don't know why a lot of beginners who tend to do this shape, they like to go very, very narrow. It's not necessary. If your hips feel a little bit tight, just go a little bit wider. It's not set in stone. You can be as wide as you want. You can be as narrow as you want. It doesn't really matter. Kind of go with what your body feels like. Again, intuition. So I like to begin every workout with a mindful meditation and mobility practice, like you saw me do with the myofascial release, and a little bit, which I didn't show in the video, a little bit of some squats and kind of more of this, actually, just downward facing dogs and hinging and whatnot. Just trying to mobilize the body, making it feel like, all right, you're gonna start the workout, and I like to end the workout with, all right, you just ended the workout. It's good to tell the body, all right, I just put you through work. I'm still going to take care of you. It's not just slinging weight. We're also making sure that we are nice and strong in a stretch position and mobile throughout the entire day. So get your mind right at the beginning, get your mind right at the end. Pay attention to how your body feels. Push accordingly. Learn some intuition. Hope you like this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.